today, but we are here to race in Spain just after fantastic Brazilian Grand Prix in Real F1. So 18 drivers on the grid right now, missing 2, it's Wolves and Bjarne, but we are looking maybe for a reserve for them. It's 1 minute to start. I see announcement. Okay, stream is on. Just negotiating something on Discord. And they edit everything. It will go in a minute or two. Okay. So Axel. We are waiting for Gab Biflis if you want to know. Hello everyone on the live stream, I'm gonna add the chat in a minute. Okay. So now some custom thumbnail, yes. So I know it's the hour, but we will wait like 1 minute for Gabifles. He goes. So let me edit something on the time. People are already clicking a red button. Okay, it's here. Well, I'm done after today's race in Brazil. Hello everyone joining. Yes, Gabif is active. I can finally go to a live stream chat. Let's see what you have written right now. Hello Pluzen. We are giving 2 minutes for Gabiflis. Okay, boot up that F1 game. Okay, they are clicking ready already. So let me do something. No. So let them click again as a like trick. Someone left. It's Red Bull off. Not Axe but Vilzu. Okay, so another issue. Okay, it feels back. So now, just waiting for Gabiflis. I already clicked. Okay, so we go. Gabiflis will miss. So let me type something to him. There we go. At least it's not chaotic. Very nice sunny weather like on the yesterday's F2 race. So we had much chaos. It was like we had to wait a lot for drivers because a lot of errors. Then I messed up with the F2 squad, and then we had to restart the lobby after an issue. 80 drivers going for. Unfortunately, we miss Bjarne and Wolves. So about the reserves, Prison Ball in Ferrari replacing Jeroen, and that's all. It's only Gabiflis in Haas or Racing Point. Depends which team he will jump in. 1 minute after quali start, but nothing happens. So I've checked that Discord is Mercedes and Toro Rosso coming out of the garage. And Limanov is the first one. Or maybe, yes, Juanita. It's his home Grand Prix in Spain. Same as Gabiflis Grand Prix. Oh. So actually told us that there's a rain coming at the end of the race today, so it's going to be an interesting Grand Prix. Maybe it's like a Brazilian Grand Prix real life today. Actually, if someone has a topic to discuss on the chat about this Grand Prix, so we can have a conversation right now. Actually, I'm now looking how our Discord is going. Okay. So, Juanita is starting his lap, the Spaniard probably wants to score points. Actually, I'm sure that he wants it. Let me go back to the chat. So now, okay, everything is done. Yellow flag to sector 3, but should probably go drivers trying to make some space before the lap starts. More yellow flags. Let's see it from runway. It's nothing, just drivers are very slow. So we'll go with Juanita, the only Spaniard right now, but not in the race because Gabiflis will join too. Oh, there's a spin, little spin by Juanita, and it ruins his lap. As you can see, he's not pushing like usual. He did a spin on the turn 7, exactly starting his lap. Same as Mikulici, just behind the Alpha driver. So, who is ending his lap? Axel did a spin! So he's out of the lap right now. He probably wants all the drivers to let by, but we'll see if he'll finally do it. Yes! He goes out of the grass and comes back on track. Ice is at the end. I see a Haas right there, but it's not Mikulici, it's Haas. Juan is the first one to do a lap, but we will not count him as it's 126.9. And Cartel does 119.2. So nice on the softs. Isa does also a lap on 18.5. Isa actually joined the title contenders. As you know, he won he won Monaco Grand Prix after Luke's disqualify. Jordi did a fast lap and entering the Excel file. We also had a lot of swaps. In F2 League, I will talk about it. Ball and Bunny Rabbit are new drivers in F2 in Ferrari. So let me just type it, not to forget. And after this race, unfortunately, Rome ends this season. He had a disaster. Listen, only 6 points achieved in Canada, and that's actually all. The rest of the races, there were actually DNFs or DNS or disconnections. Actually, disaster, better to forget. And maybe focus on the season 3. Look up with P2 right now, 118.2, but the fight for the pole position is going to be tight. Jasper on the 7th place. Let's see which tires drivers picked. Jasper and Piculizzi on hards, Gniewko and Luke on mediums, rest on softs. Actually, the best strategy to go is medium hards, as I did on the race in F2. And I unfortunately achieved only P11. But don't ask me what happened between me and Team Mats. In my opinion, it's obviously penalty, but let's leave this decision to head Stewart with Jordi in F2. Wills with a P3 right now with 118.4, very nice by him. Libanov on the outlap. What about that, Zax? He's ending. Let's see which position it's gonna be. It's 117, 118, it's P7, just behind Luma. Now Axe, Ryan Webb, Pluisen and Libanov on their outlaps. F1 on softs, only 2 drivers on the medium tires, only 2 drivers on hards. Mikulis is strike to the bar, but he didn't improve, I see. Hartnell getting out of the garage, I guess, yes. So, light rain at the end of the race. It's gonna be interesting. So now let's go to the standings of the F1 League. Jordi, after his disaster P9 in Monaco, but he actually said that he hates this track. I mean, Monaco is still leading with 139 points. Behind him there is Jasper with 132 points. Oh, there was a lag from Edzax. Juanita still pushing on that softs. What do you mean, mate? Let me also jump to Discord PC. Okay, continue with the standings. So, Jasper had 132 points. There is later Luke with P3, 123 points. Nuluser 111. He's 4th at the standings. So as you can see, the title fight is very, very tight. 91 points has Isa with his first F1 League win. He also won an F2 League in Australia, and then actually automatically jumped into F1. 25 points, 25 points in Monaco, 90 points in general. It gives him 5th position, and that's actually all of the title contenders, because behind them, behind the top 5, there is Vils with 59 points and Axel with 54 points. Well, actually, we can actually say for them title battle is over, but it's not the end of the battle for the P6. Okay, Libanov did it up, 119.8, it's the slowest one right now, and we had Gaiet with a Spintinho. That's actually not, if you want to know what is Spintinho, it's like, you have a chance for points, you have a chance for podium, you have a chance for live result, maybe a victory, or a championship, and then you do it, and then you do a spin on your own, and that's actually the end of your dreams. Why it came? Because in one of my former leagues, named Masters Poland League, I did a lot of spins. For example, in Belgium I was fighting for P3, that's like some live examples, and then I did a spin on Yorush. Then Russia, another chance for P3, I did a spin. So this is why the spin video came out. Later in Ero I was spinning like everywhere. It started in Bahrain because I had wing damage. Michael Quest and Notapa. Hello everyone watching this live stream. 14 people, what a result, to be honest. We have actually a Jordi fan club. And look and try and web with exams. coming back to the topic of spins, Japan was the whole Wojtinho. Britain, it was like a mess. Juan was the champion last year, like, yes, but not this Juan. It was Juan with the numbers 45,801. I need to remember this because he's S1 champion. So, Jordi ends his lap. He's probably going to break 118 barrier. And now he pushes, and he did it by over 0.6 of a second. He improves his lap time, and he does 117.5, improving it. No loser 118.0. It's giving him P2. But actually, this strategy is a disaster. I think also that Mikulicki and Jesper both have to pit and go on softs, because as you can see, everyone is going on softs. Luma on the P3 with 118.2. We have 7.5 of a minute to go. If you want, there's... Okay, I will leave you with Matt's hot lap. His teammate Roms unfortunately retires after this race. Actually, he is not able to go. Gniewko will get promoted into F1 League after this race as a full-time driver, and our battle between me and Gniewko for the position number, it's actually 13 right now, blows up, it's ended, it's gone, because Gniewko goes into F1. So let me do this. Going back to constructors, because Gniewko, full-time driver in F1, very fantastic. Okay, about the F1 League. 1 point separates McLaren and Mercedes on the constructor standings. McLaren is leading 175 points, and Mercedes has 174 points. As you can see, 1 point of difference, and then 6 points behind them. There is Williams with 168 points. 10 points behind Williams with 158. There's Ferrari going with 158 points. Majority of points did no loser, like 30 points did Jeroen. I can tell you how 30 exactly. What is more, 5 points behind Ferrari. There's Alfa Romeo, exactly the lag. 153 points, and there is Red Bull, and I don't think it's up for them because they are P6 and they have 112 points in the standings right now. So maybe they will join the Constructor Championship battle. I don't think they will become champions, but there's a chance for to get P5, maybe P4. I guess nothing more, to be honest. Then we have both teams with 55 points. It's Haas and Renault. 45 points has Racing Point, and Toro Rosso is last with 20 points. So Jordi, Jesper, Luke, Nurluz and Isaac, who's going to be a common champion in F1 League? Let us know in the chat. We can discuss the topic. Runweb goes flap. Actually, somebody proved that it's not Gniewko, it's Blizzard Ball, who had fantastic qualifying, delighting one in Spain, in Monaco, sorry for the little mistake. And he did P2 in qualifying, but after that it all went wrong from him. And anyway, because of the fantastic results in the qualifying session, he gets promoted into F2 League in Ferrari, replacing his countryman Scott. Unfortunately left our league. Wills led by the Ferrari of Prison Ball. He's pushing, whereas Ryan with a spin, and it's the place where we will also see the spins. It's 10-13. Wills, we can see he's pushing a lot on his car. Look with a P5, I didn't see that, I guess. No, because he has the same time as Runweb. And Luma is like 21 thousandths of a second ahead of them. And we can get it with P3. Fantastic result for the Mercedes. He never scored the podium in Ero. He's like often doing points. Wills to get into 4th position. So what about Guyet? he was never on the podium. His best result was P4 in Germany season 1. And the best result for him was P6, achieved 3 times. Britain, Japan and Bahrain. Actually, if he finished the race, he was 6th, 7th or 8th. Now his teammate I said, and if you want to know, it's brother of Gayet. Now Isai gets P4. Isai actually with a 2 points this season and 3 on his Ero career. As he did P3 in Germany season 1. It was the best race for Williams in season 1. When both brothers were racing on this team. Now they moved to Mercedes. Actually, Gayet started this season in Williams, but after 5 races, he went to Mercedes. Senna also wanted this swap. How much rounds are there in this championship? We have 16 rounds this season, and after this Grand Prix, we will have 4 rounds to go. After Spain, we have Italy, Russia, Mexico, and Brazil. Oh, someone to follow. It's shortly ending his lap, so we'll see this one. It's probably going to even maybe break 1:17. Who said no? Who said he will not do this? The commentator of the F2 League is trying to improve his lap time, and he did it by 0.005 of a second, but still, it's improving his provisional pole lap time. Not only his hot lap, ending this one. He also struggled to find the fall apart his Canada P3. He's actually struggled to find a lot of points after this hot lap. I can tell you how many points he has. He did a little slide, now he's up in the air, and he improved it to P11 with 118.6. Axel with P3, maybe back on the podium, maybe second podium of the season, because it's 3rd position right now. Where's Jasper? Jasper is pushing on the mediums, doing P11. I guess that if no loser did hot lap on softs, he would make a pole position. But he's on the hot lap with mediums. He did the best lap on softs. Okay, never mind. Roma and Luke. Luke is just behind his teammates, so we'll look at them on the sector 3. His lap. Now Edzax pushes, and he's at the end of his hot lap. It's like I can't say which lap is it, but I guess second. It has to be second lap time. Only 4 drivers didn't break 119 barrier. It's Juan exactly benefit, but it might change. Yes, it changes because Edzax with 118.6 getting P14. What about Limanov? He's pushing here on this sector 1. Equality comes into sector 2. We have 20 seconds to go. I didn't realize. I guess that both Mercedes will not improve their lap times, but Red Bull can still do it. And Ryan Webb too. So we'll follow the racing point. What about the Ferrari of no loser? No, he doesn't push. It's the end of the qualifying lap for him. And George retired from his lesson. Luke did 176, 1/10 slower, and Trailer gets into P3 with 117.8. Fantastic blister lap made by Ryan Webb, getting into 3rd position. What the hell happened to? Because it's not this Juan, the original one who left, who was champion this season 1, left unfortunately our league because he's outside of Spain right now. So there's another Juan who joined the league, and he is the F1 driver right now. Please Ball with P8, Isai with P7, so there's chance for Gayet to improve. And I'm honest right now, he's still pushing. Axe on the gravel, so no chance. Nurses 2 tries, Axe retires from the session. Jasper 2, he started P12. Lol, yes, that's a fact. Juan also retired from the session. Got sector 2. Ryan doesn't push. But what about the Gayet? He'll get a worse lap by 4/10, but he still can improve on the sector 3. Where's the loser? He comes to the pits. It's the end of the dreams for pole position. Mikulicki smashed to get P10. What a coincidence. Yes, it's a coincidence. Now Gayet comes into the last straight, but he doesn't improve his lap. He stays P6. But Hartnell didn't say the last word. As he still does a lap. Everyone broke. 1:18. Libenov improved. Hartnell, and Hartnell misses Libenov's lap time by 0.02 of a second at the end of the qualifying session, we can say, because as you can see, Ryan is not pushing. Same as Mikulicki, who comes to the pits. Go on, Ryan. Pretty well that you couldn't appear on this race, but there's still hope in Ryan. I hope he will do a nice result today. So, thoughts about the qualifying? Nice Jordi, nice look. There's going to be a battle between them. And there's also Nurozer, who comes in, same as Ryan Webb. All of the top 4, maybe also Axe and Gayet will include the battle, will get included. By my calculations, Nurozer will try to go with a one-stop strategy, unlike the top 3, and it might give him a victory if he will not mess up on the start. Because you don't want Rabbit to remember what happened on the first lap. On the first lap of Spanish Grand Prix in Season 1, it was actually a major carnage. Now let's go into qualifying standings. Jordi on the pole position gets an additional point for it. Luke into second place. Ryan Webb finished the session third. Nurozer fourth place. He did a lap on softs. I'm stupid. I saw this as he went on medium. Sorry for my mistake. Axe did P5, 20,000 of a second behind him. There is Gayet, I say, Luisenball, Vilzu, and Mikulicki ends up the 5th row. It's the closing of the top 10. Then outside of the top 10 we have Luma, Jesper, Gniewko, Matt, Edzek, Libenov, and Hartnell. Only 1 second and 1/10 of a difference between the fastest and the slowest one. Let me meanwhile log into Tip and Donation, because why not? Because as you know, we actually started a Jordi nailed it, yes, by 1/10. And what about Tip and Donation? We started an account like 2 weeks ago where you can say donates. I want to tell about the trophies. I will send only the F1 trophy for winning the league, unless you will pay enough money. It's not like I'm begging you for that, but I'm just talking to you about this. I will read the donations after refreshing. So people are adjusting their strategies. We will go with a formation lap. Three, 2, 1, go. Hope it will not have to get a restart. Yes, everything is right. Gabi please joins McLaren. As I forgot it for a second. Okay, so 11 people watching this live stream. Thank you everyone for coming. Hope we will stay until the end of the race. It's going to be interesting because there is rain at the end, like Vilzu told us on the Discord chat. If you also want to know, you can already sign up for a season 3. We have a link on the description to a form you have to fill. By the time trial, you have to fill USA try, Canada try, and Germany and wet. On the time trial, show the lap on the time trial on the form, and then you will get included into recruitment. My pro tip is that if you will not use assists, or maybe you will reduce as many as possible, you can, then you may get into the higher division, which we plan on the Sundays. I had also a plan about if we will have enough Xbox players to go on the Xbox with Fridays, PS4 in Saturdays, and PC on Sundays, but it's already my dream. You have actually to look for more people if you want to start those divisions, because It's like very poor right now, only 5 on PC and it's similar amount of Xbox. Sorry for the misspells, because in Poland we always say Xbox. I don't know why, but it happens. In England people say Xbox. Loser says that Axel is idiot on the Discord chat, and as you can see, there was an incident between them. But now Jody comes to start the Spanish Grand Prix, and behind him there is Ryan. Loser, Axel, Gayet, Isaac, Cruisen, Nikuritsi. Who can get the fastest start, the best start to get into the lead? Luke starts from the inside line. This may help him. 11 people watching this action. And I know this panel starts, but Jody, Luke, Runweb, or maybe Loser. It's lights out, but we will still have to wait, as we have traditional delay. And finally we go. It's Jody. Can he holding position? Actually yes. Juanita unfortunately left this session. He had lag. So this is the disaster for the Toro Rosso. Now Luke tries to go outside. The guy moved into P3, getting his first podium. What about his fight with Ryan Webb? Nurozer and Pluisen and Axel involved in the battle of the 5th place. There is Yellow Factor in Sector 1. Let's see it from the back. Libenov spun on the last place. Same as Mikulitsi. He also had problems. Juanita goes, who will not count him. Vils actually got dropped out, yes, by 7 positions involved in this carnage. So the fantastic start by Gayet. He did a move on the inside. He did P3 right now. And he hopes that he will hold this place until the end of the race. Now Pluizel and Nuruzer, very nice for them. Nuruzer, we know that but it's still something. It's P6 and P7 for Pluizel. Right now, Jody extends his lead on the standings, and on the 2nd place we have Luke, because he has 18 points. Jasper only has 1 right now. Guy at P3, very nice indeed. Run with P4, maybe this time he will give a lot of points for race for Jody with fastest lap of the race, but it's logic as he leads at the first lap. People are doing their fastest laps. Libenov spun. So what we can say? Let me see. Where are the tires? Here. Luma, Jesper, Gniewko, Gabiflis, Hartel, Edzax, Matt, Nikulic and Libenov on the mediums, rest on softs. So actually it's half of the grid on the yellow tires. Right at the end of the race I would put hearts in that way. So what we can say, it's like a very nice indeed start. Not a lot of carnage. There was some like contacts and damages, but it's not yet all of the drivers. Everyone goes except Juan. What is more I can say about the grid, that everyone is still going. No one had DNF, only Juanita disconnection. He gave up about this race. He will probably continue the rest of the season. It's only 4 races. So Nuruzer will try, as DRS is enabled, but he cannot still use it. Now Nuruzer, like, he jumped up into the air like Sebastian Vettel in US Grand Prix. I would push him in his place. Guy already loses a second to Luke and Jody. He pushes into the curbs and apexes. Jasper overtakes Luma to get P9. And I say it's V8. What about Pluizen? He's going P7 right now. So call me once more. Call me if you want. Then you can actually have a conversation with me about Brazilian Grand Prix today. I watched the whole race. First half was like this right now. I need to check how it means. So there were actually days of the track procession, like we call it in Polish language. as a translation. But now, on the second half, what a race. 2 safety cars. I don't know why they did a safety car for Valtteri Bottas, DNF. I would only give VSC, but it gave only more action than Hamilton did damage to Albon. Luke we did a faster lap, so we come back to a race because Luke has DRS. Jody pushes it to the right. Is this, here we go again, like in Baku last lap? Luke goes outside, Jody tries inside, and fantastic move by Luke on this chicane, and he gets the lead of the race. Fantastic one. Jody actually struggles on the turn 3, but we can actually say it's not the end of the battle, but for now we can actually stop about that. Gasly with second position, the F1 coming back to it. What a race, honestly. I rate it 9 out of 10. Only changeable conditions were missing. Even in the pit for hard. Probably did a spin. Juanita is not included into results. And oh, there was a slide by Prison, but he loses nothing. At least he still goes. And let's go to the middle. It's Gabi on the P12. The Spanish driver wants to overtake Gniewko. He's a reserve in our league. Cannot start in F2 unfortunately, but in F1 why not? And we needed him right now. As he goes. Look with another fastest lap, so he pushes a lot. To be honest, Luisenball with a 5-second time penalty for speeding the pit lane. He already pitted for the new mediums. And also Jasper overtook Eyesight. We hit the spin by Ryan Webb. What a disaster for the Racing Point. He still waits as there's a lot of people going, and he finally goes out of the gravel. He goes in, now he goes out. What a disaster for Ryan. He was going P4 calmly, now he is back. He is in the back of the grid with 16th position. So now Nuruser got closer to Axe, and he can use DRS right now. He's very close. He can overtake right here. Axe also has DRS, but Nuruser probably delays the overtake for the main straight, the start-finish line. We are waiting a few seconds for lap 6. I don't know what's kind of the glitch, but cars are going like on at the air. Jody in the pits, probably an undercut. Guide comes into P2. Just with a fantastic start. He has medium tires. He can actually push. He doesn't have to pit at the first lap of the race, and he may lead after Luke, Guide, and Axe's pit stop. Nuruser in the pits too. Jody picks hard tires. Nuruser with the medium, same as Vilsu. What about Ryan? Because he's far away. And he goes with the hard tires. Back on the battle because there is Jasper trying to catch Axe. So still there are pit stops for the top 3 and Jasper. I can say that title battle is going to be like fascinating and remembered on the whole world of rig racing, honestly. Because it's Jasper, Luke, Jody and Nuruser on the random order right now. We're like 20 points difference, and there's also Isaac who can join this battle. So I can only say wow. Better season than S1, accent pit, same as Luke did. What about the guy? He still stays on the track. He wants the lead for at least a lap. But Jasper will try to catch him as these tires are done. Gniewko P4, Gabi P5, Carter P6. Oh, Gniewko actually fights with Gabi. Please could go inside, and he didn't do a move. Since Gniewko has actually problems. But they go. Very nice move by Gabi. when came into a ghost. No loser and Fluizen. Oh, there's a battle between them for the turn 3. Fluizen ball picked the inside line and he overtook the loser. Like the youngest driver on the grid, only 13 years old, and he doesn't move on the title contender, his teammate. No loser is not gonna appreciate that. He's young and furious. Young, fast and furious. Fluizen ball 3. The Ferrari driver in F2 league. A very nice move. Hard to actually let Mikulicki power kill. Oh, was just overtaken. I don't want to know about team orders probably. Or actually I will not get known. And Fluizen ball does a move on the inside and he overtakes Edzax to get P11. Same as the loser does. Double move by Ferrari. So probably Fluizen ball is like holding the loser behind him to make him push. He has actually older mediums, but he has similar pace to the title contender. Guide in the pits for the mediums. So actually our table mixed up as still wasn't in the pit. Now and no loser overtakes Fluizen ball back in behind ahead of the Ferrari. His teammate gets P10. Guide comes in out of the pits on the P12, just behind Eyesight Access. So holding, making the stint longer didn't help him. It's Fluizen ball. Yes, he's 13 years old, youngest driver of the grid. So actually, I can share this fun fact. So Fluizen also did showed us some kind of some piece of talent. As of now, it takes cost of Juanita. It's very easy to do right now. First two leads the race. It's Luma 2 seconds behind the McLaren. So battle between them is going to be intense. Probably it's only 2 seconds. God, he seems good for his age. Yeah, very decent one, I can say. Mikulicki is closing to Gniewko. Is it going to be an attack? Can he do a move on the inside or outside? He goes outside, but Gniewko doesn't leave enough room to make him overtaken. Mikulicki now will try another one on maybe the second eight, but it doesn't end well. Now Ice actually overtook Guide, but probably on the party mode. Just sharing the information about the race, so Guide probably let Ice by as he's fast and he fights for the title maybe. He doesn't fight directly, I mean Ice, but they know there is a chance. If Ice will score points, get a podium, then there is a chance. So Guide, maybe this is a fantastic move made by brother. We'll be watching a battle between Mikulicki and Hatter, but there's also Gabriel fighting with Luma for second position. Oh, actually you can see someone did a spin, but I don't remember who. On the last corner, actually Mikulicki is closer to get past with Gniewko, and he did it with a little help of a lag from Gniewko. No loser with a 3 second time penalty. Oh, actually Mikulicki lags right now. I say with the fastest lap on mediums. So this means he pushes a lot. Same no loser. He penalty for 3 seconds for exiting track limit, but now he fights again with Fluizen. But we have to remember what happened between Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel in today's Brazilian Grand Prix. What was that kind of an incident between them? A little contact, honestly, very minor one, and it ended a race for both. So we hope it will not happen again. Gabriel overtakes Luma, so it's 1-2 for McLaren right now. If it holds up, then McLaren has a major chance to extend their lead on the constructors. Very major one, but they have to pit stop. Know it. So now we are back to the battle between Ferrari, and behind them there are Mercedes, Kayet and Isai. So the battle between the two biggest teams on the real F1 is going to be very tight. As I can see, as I can remind you, there is a difference of... Okay, let's go back to the battle because Pluisable another time overtakes the loser for P10. And same Hartwell does to Matt. But he still goes wheel to wheel. Now, this is actually the... Oh, wait. Okay. So let's say it's ended right now, so I can remind you about the difference between Ferrari and Mercedes. It's 16 points between P2 and P4. Actually, everyone got closer to Gabiflis. Numan, Mikulici, and there comes Gniewko. It's getting closer and closer. Yellow flag to sector 1, and it's nothing Pelipenov, I guess. I don't know what had to happen. But Edzax overtook the Slovak. Maybe he has a damage. I can't see one. Now Mikulici will try to overtake Baljan from Williams, and he did it. P3 for the Haas. Same can Mark do to Hartwell, re-overtaking. He did it. Not this. No, it's not the end, but he spun. A spin for the Renault. And his battle between him and Hartwell. I can't say like 3 seconds for Hartwell as the first thought. But it was like... I don't know, to be honest. I need to see the replay, but we could at least see this on the live stream. You can share your opinions about this incident on the chat. And everyone is now very, very close to Matt. The loser will try to overtake us first. And no loser does it. Yellow flag to sector 1. Both wheel to wheel going into turn 9. It's very sharp, but another disaster for the Renault. And what? Thank God it didn't end with a crash between Alex and Matt. I got a heart attack. I'm honest. I got a heart attack. Now Mikulici pushes to overtake Gabiflis, and he gets P2. But there was already an incident in the turn 1. But this time it was clear and easy. Luke overtakes Hartwell. Jolty 3 seconds behind them. 2 spins by Matt. I can't say who's on the fault on the turn 9. Reasonable overtaken by Isai, but he gains back the position. Matt have to know that it's not the end of the race, as there's going to be a rain at the end, like it's declared, at least. Maybe some racing from Orion Web right now. Traditionally racing point with fantastic qualifying, but now what a tragic race. But Orion Web overtakes it. And Edzax let him go. He didn't want to make a spin. Jesper still leads the race. Very nice indeed from the McLaren driver. Maybe second victory coming. I don't know, but a podium has to be. Luma has to be happy as he has the RS. So now Vilzu fights with Matt. Vilzu also with the disaster start. It almost got a spin. Gabiflis, no, he didn't overtake Mikulici, but we are back to this battle for the P14. But it's still a battle. Isaiah overtook Pluisenball to get P10. But as I declared, we'll stay on it. Matt actually has more ERS, as he actually reserved it, saved it after the spins. Now Matt overtaken by Vuzu and loses P14. What about Luisen? He's still behind Eyesight. Still. There's a fight between Mercedes and Ferrari. Now Luisen actually tries to block someone from Mercedes because Nurse cannot be caught up by them. Now go back to the Gabefest and Mikulici battle. And he turns on the DRS. Jasper in the pits. Probably doing another cut. Same as Luma and Gniewko. Jasper entered the pit. Came through hard. It's one-stop strategy. And he came back just ahead of Luma. And he'll come out of the pit on the position number 6, I guess. He's before Ice and Blues fighting for the 7th place. Yellow flag to sector 3 and it's Radweb with a spin. And he retires from a session. He still tried to go out, but it's yellow flag to sector 1 and sector 3. The end of the race for Racing Point. The end of the chance to get points today. Maybe if Radweb will leave the session, we will get a safety car. What about this one? Matt comes out of the pits behind Libenov and Nitzak's fighting. But we'll go back to Gabefest and Mikulici battle. Lead right now. Red of the session. Okay. Maybe this time. I need to see the communication. Gabefest and Mikulici both coming to the pits. Yellow flag disappears, no safety car. It's the hope if you get the someone retiring and leaving the session instantly. Luke will come with the lead. Second, Jordi. Third, Jasper. No, third is going to be no loser. What a mistake made by me. And Jasper has Eyesight and behind him. Did the guy do a spin or something? He lost a lot of positions. He was fighting with Mercedes and Ferrari. Now he gets only P14. And he's doing a pit stop, so he'll probably end behind and Libenov but fighting for the P15. And that we're gonna be P14. Jasper has fresher but slower tires. I mean hard tires. He can actually push for a second or two for a lap. So we will be following. Maybe what about Gabefest and Axel? Axel have older heart than Gabefest. But okay, we go back to Jasper because it's like interesting fight for the P4 and maybe even P3 if lose his space on mediums. Now Jasper has an overtake here as well, same as Eyesight. Eyesight is much faster than the McLaren, but it doesn't end up with an overtake. So, like another procession, nothing happened. Calm race. Maybe Plus and Eyesight, maybe Mikulici will fight or Jasper, maybe also Nurse join it. So, okay, there's also another fight. It's not like nothing happens. And Libenov, but they are far away from Ajax. No chance to overtake. So let me drink water. We'll probably finish the rest like 8:40 PM UK. I guess no, not that bad. Quite like 30. It's half of the race behind us. Half of the race we have. And Luke leads by 2.5 of a second ahead of Jordi. Okay. Example, with an action we have goes just behind Isai. And he doesn't move on the inside to get the position number 5, but Isai doesn't give up. As you can see, there was a contact between them. Also, Mikulicki wants to use something on it, so we will watch it from his camera. And he goes inside of Isai to get the position number 6. Am I right? He goes inside still on the turn 4, and he did it to get 6th position. Isai lost 2 positions on 1 sector, we can say. And also, Vils overtakes Gniewko to get P11. Also, Matt got closer to Libenov, but he still doesn't want to doesn't go to. Is it going to overtake now? Oh, there was a lot of people going in the air. Like, I want to remind you about the overtake main of the start-finish straight. Lap 5, Zenkmeister and Hercules F2 division. Season 2 Spain race F2. Yesterday it happened. Hercules on the live stream's camera went under Zenk's car in Alpha, and Toro Rosso of Hercules overtook Zenk by this way. I can say it's overtake of the season. What about Mikulicki? He doesn't move on the inside and he pushed Pluisenball out of the track, but he still doesn't give up. He went out of the track, he accelerated. Now we can say he will probably go wheel to wheel into the 410 with Mikulicki. They are still fighting. It's not the end of the battle. They will probably also go into turn 5 with a fight. Now Pluisen does a scissor, does a switcheroo and gets P5. No, that's not that right now. Finally, Pluisenball can secure his 5th position. What a battle! What a battle between them. Tight but honest, clean. Not like 100% clean, but 80% at least. Now, Mikulicki another time. He tries. And he probably saves ERS. I will do this for the main straight, but he doesn't do it. He wants to overtake right here, right now. Guys, this is 10 seconds to Matt. Isai goes to the pit stop. Same as the loser. Mikulicki another time. Now he does it. Not at all. Yes, he did it. Finally. You can say. Gets P4. So Pluisenball has to pit. And Vilzu has to pit. And that sucks. I have another mediums. Northern Hearts. So we can say what a battle between them. So right now I'm focusing on the battle for P14. I know what you mean. There is a top fighting. I mean, we also have to follow the back. Maybe something will happen. Matt with 2 spins on lap, losing his points chances. But we have everyone very close to each other. As you can see, the difference between the leader and the 16th driver on the racing mat, it's only 47 seconds. There are a lot of groups fighting. Mikulicki does the fastest lap on the hards. It's 12 laps to go, or like I better say 13. Okay, we've got someone with a glitch. It's Luke, or not, or yes. He has a glitch. Okay, no comments. No comments. He has maximum rotates per minute every time. So Joel, do you have a 3-second time penalty? Same as the loser has. It's hard to get one, but I got one on the race for exceeding track limits like this by Hartman right now. Who tries to find a way to overtake Isai? Ezek's on the pit for Hats. Got it. Overtakes him, but he still loses like 10 seconds. Matt has at least someone to fight with. It's Libanov. P14, it's something like who's better on the fight. As you can see, Gabriel is turning up the ERS. So now he will try to move on Poison Ball. Inside or outside? He does inside. To the turn 1. And he goes ahead of Poison Ball. There could be a contact, but it fortunately didn't happen. Libanov on the old cards, overtaken by Matt. Actually, it's mediums. I don't know what the game say. I have the fastest lap on mediums. Rizzo has to pit, so Rizzo and Poison Ball both on the pits. They weren't. They had to do one. They have to do one more. So I should probably get into points, I guess. 2. Top 3 fighting for the title. It's in top 3. So very nice. Moving back to action on between the Prison Ball and Gabriel. His Prison Ball already lost a second. So if nothing happens, Axel with a penalty, and Virzu spun on the turn 9. I wanted to say it, nothing happens, and I can actually advertise the stream somewhere. But as you can see, Virzu with a spin, losing a lot of points. P13 right now. He has to pit, as his tires are way too hot. Okay, look at his second time penalty. Let me do this. Because as you can see, there is poor attendance. Prison Ball goes on the softs for last 10 laps. I don't think these tires are going to survive. So now Nurser P9, you can see this one, but you see him fighting with Gniewko. Face. Don't tell me I'm doing mistakes. And now, oh, there was a mistake by Nurser, but he only touched the gravel. Unfortunately, he didn't lose the grip. He still stays behind Gniewko, but maybe on the main straight he will overtake the Renault. As a fun fact, Gniewko after this race goes back as an F1 driver. Goes as the F1 driver, replacing Chrome for the last 4 races of the season. Only a second separating the benefit and Zax, so maybe another episode of this battle. But now, the loser overtakes Gniewko. Can he do this? Finally, he can say, yes, he did this. Turn 1 is the place where we can say the most of the overtakes on this track, on the circuit. And there we're still looking at the amount of people watching this live stream as I'm disappointed. Sorry. I'm honest. So, before the action between Libanov and Edzax, I need to remind you about advertising the live stream everywhere you can do, where you can do this. Right now, we're watching Libanov and Edzax fighting for the P16. It's still something. Maybe on the top nothing happens right now, but here, the Slovak tries to overtake the Latvian. Luma now with a 2,000 of a second slower lap than his fastest one. Okay, so looks for a space to overtake Axel, looks for a pace, looks for a speed. Isa overtakes Gniewko to get P9. Kluisenball with the fastest lap, but he also has to get into P10. to get this point. Now he overtakes Hartnell. What was the speed he was going with? The Ferrari. It's 7 laps to go. 8. Sorry for the mistake. And where's the rain, Wilson? Where's the rain? We need it. Maybe then the grid will riot. Jasper with 6 seconds and Mikulizzi 1 second behind. So this means we'll have a battle for the 3rd position. Mikulizzi already got a podium. And it was position number, let me see, in Monaco it was 2nd place. After the case of penalties and mess with them, like Mikulizzi got a luck and ended up P6 by the game show, but he finished P2 at the end after a disqualify of Luke. Now Luma has DRS because Juanita's Ghost also was lost than 1 second behind ahead of the Williams. Double points for Williams, very nice race for them, same as McLaren. Reasonable 120.3, and now they're fastest lap of the race. Wow, that pace, we can say he's pushing a lot. Maybe he will break even 120. And Klimenov also overtook Edzax. That's another nice one. Back to Gabiflis with his 3-second time penalty, but he'll probably have nothing, as he's not going probably to overtake those two fighting for the P3. Jasper and Mikulizzi. Jody less than 2 seconds behind Luke. And Luma fights with Axel. They are trying to get P6 right now. No. We'll go on this battle, or maybe there is Mikulizzi trying to catch Jasper, but he doesn't do it on this on the turn 1. So we go back into Axel and Luma battle. And Luma stays behind. I saw as also half a second behind the loser. He actually has to overtake the Dutchman if he wants to secure P8 and maybe get closer to the championship leaders. He'll probably finish this season P5 if he will not get points at podiums and top 5 results in general. Mikulizzi tries to overtake Jasper. Jasper already loses a lot on this. He also loses 2nd place right now, going to back to 3rd. But what is more, Luke will probably... Let me see the live table because it's hard to calculate. Because Jody gets a point for the pole position. What about Luke? They are 10 points separated right now. Separated by 2 points. But they have 21 and 22 laps. Are they going to survive until the end of the race? I don't know. Mikulizzi tries to overtake Jasper for the 10-1. He does it! Jasper with position number 4 and now he lost the podium. At this moment Luma lost to Axel like 4/10 of a second. So now let me see the penalties that we have time. Luke with 1 penalty. Jody, he has a penalty. Mikulizzi, 2 warnings. Jasper, 1 warning, so he can gain on it. Gabefis 2 penalties. Axel penalty, Luma, no penalties. So, as you can see, it's hard battle. Mikulizzi, 1 more penalty and Jasper goes back on the podium. He has 1 lap fresher hard tires, I mean the fin. And we have last 5 laps. Can something happen here? I can say it's hard to say. There's a chance for a swap position between Luma and Axel. Axe stays as the last hope for points for Red Bull as we use this P15. No chance to get them. But Luma, can he do an overtake to get P7? Yeah, P6? Yes, he does it. He goes inside the turn 1, overtaking Axe to get 6th position, and he now can push as he has fresher tires than Axe. Maybe even to catch Gabiflis, who came closer to Jesper. I don't know why Jesper is not pushing, to be honest. Isai still stays behind Norluzer by half of a second. If I can remind you about the season 1, it's Axe's first and last win on the Ero. It was his sub-champion and 2nd position on the standings he got in season 1. But he got only 1 victory in Spain, exactly. 2 penalties, Juan got, and yes! We have rain! The grid is going to riot. It's about to riot. Just because of the grass, it's getting more difficult. But we have rain, like Vizu said. And now, time to mix up the grid. Time to spin-tinios, time to show a lot of action, time to pit stops. Just do like 1 more lap and disable DRS. This is the dream for us. And maybe Jesper and Mikulici. Gabiflis tries to overtake Jesper. I don't approve of this. I don't approve it. And Mikulici has a 3-second time penalty. Jesper back on the podium. Yellow flag to sector 3. So Prison but 3-second time penalty. Matt does a spin. Goes to P15, as you can see. This is going to be more and more difficult for the last 4 laps of the race. And maybe even 3. Jordi already struggles. Mikulici get like 1.5 of a second. Jesper has to stay behind him like for a second. Nothing more. Jordi and Mikulici both in the pits. Jesper also decided to do it. It's a chance for the win for Gabiflis. Libenov with a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Gabiflis gets the lead. DRS is now disabled. So as I predicted, Jesper pits for Inter, same as Luma. 2 last lap of the race are going to be so tight. Look already out of the pit, so he's probably going to win this race. He does a fantastic pit stop, like a Williams every time. Now this is the question. It's gonna be second. Maybe Gabiflis, but he is going so carefully. Just 7 seconds of advantage, almost 8. As you can see, he's losing 6 tenths on 1 corner to look. The second alpha is already Elzax here. As you can see, Mikulici used the speed stop and Jesper too to get closer to Jordi. So if it stays, Jesper is going to be second if he'll not waste his chance. Matt with a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. As you can see, it's no longer to be payable to get on the hard. Libenov with another penalty, 5 seconds for spinning in the pit lane. He's getting inters right now. Gabiflis still tries. He still tries to get on the hards until the end of the race. He has to pit already. He had to do it already. As you can see, everyone is pushing except Luke. And as you can see, Gabiflis has to brake a lot earlier than Luke. And Luke does it. And he will probably win this race. We have a spin on the sector 1. It's Matt. This is a disaster for him, but at least he has a chance to finish this race. Mikulici very close to Jordi. He'll try an attack. Remember, both drivers have penalties. Jasper doesn't. A chance for McLaren to get second place. That is what kind of difference there is between Jordi and Gabeflis. Jordi gets second place and Mikulicki third. Now Gabeflis did a spin, and that are the consequences of going on hard on the wet weather, and it's probably going Luma to overtake him. I'm sure about that, to be honest. Look, he's out of fuel, he has lack of fuel, minus 0.05, but it's still loss of fuel. Still missing it. What if his fuel will end before the finish line? Then Jasper is going to win. What it actually can happen at the end? What about Gabeflis? Can he still try? Yeah, Factor Sector 23. I need to see. Gabeflis still tries. Going on the hards at the last lap. 2 seconds to Luma. 5 to Axie. This was the worst decision he did on the league racing ever. As you can see, Luma calmly overtakes him without no emotions. Like he does it when he wakes up or something. Now Mikulicki will try to overtake Jordi. However, 3-second penalty. Gniewko is only 2/10 behind Kluisen. But we will focus on this battle. Matt retired from a session. So this is the end of the race for the Renault. But now, and Mikulicki overtakes Jordi. They go wheel to wheel. And yes, Mikulicki on the last lap overtakes Jordi for the second position. It still may change after the penalties. But look, he goes for the victory. But he's not pushing. He knows he won this Grand Prix. And he did it by 7 seconds. He wins ahead of Mikulicki, Jordi or Jasper. Jasper finishes second ahead of Mikulicki and Jordi. And on the 5th place we have Luma. Is Gabeflis going to be finished on the points? Yes, it's 11 seconds of difference. But as you can see, he's going way too slow. Luma finishes this race on the 5th place. Fantastic race for Williams. 6th place goes to Axie. No loser 7th. Eyesight 8th. No, he finishes 6th after penalties. They go, no loser and Axie got. Gabeflis finally finishes P9. At least there are 2 points for McLaren. Pluisenbolt P10, but Gniewko overtakes him after penalties. Unfortunately, no points for the Ferrari. Hartnell finishes P12, Get P13, and Villeneuve P14. That's actually, you can say, the end of the Grand Prix. So what a race! What a race, I can say. Very interesting one. So Gayet finishes P13, Villeneuve P14. No, they swap positions due to penalties. So we are going to see the podium celebration. Okay, so what a race. Hello Kukurydziane. What about looking for drivers on Xbox, if I can ask? Luke wins this Grand Prix ahead of Jasper, Mikulicki, Jordi before. Oh, it's the end of the race, but there is still conference, so we can stay. And there is also Mikulicki with some problems about the Warnings, Luke, Jesper and Mikulic, that's the podium of the Grand Prix. Jody, Luma, Aistay, Axey, Nurloser, Kabeflis and Gnievko, that's the top 10. Outside of it there are Pluzen, Hartnell, Vilzu, Gayet, Edzax, Libenov, DNF for Matt, Disconnect for Juan, and Ryan Webb got another DNF. So only 2 DNFs and 1 disconnect this race, but we are not finished as we have a conference. So I'm inviting top 3. Jesper, Luke and Mikulici. So let me do this in a second. Because Mikulici still didn't add me to friends. Okay. Okay, we did. Okay, we are now waiting like a minute or 2 for them. Team driver still in the lobby. Kabeflis with a bad luck. So let me see. Yes. We got them.
Good evening.
Good
Hello.
evening.
Hello.
Stupid weather.
I need to ask you, Luke, how big you had the tire wear?
I don't know. I have literally no idea.
Well, you were going like...
I thought you couldn't do a one-stop on super soft.
Yeah, it's possible. It's completely possible. The hearts are so consistent. You during the middle half of stint or so, I could set purple sector.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
If I knew that, I would have also gone for that strategy. But...
Yeah, I was really struggling to choose during qualifying. First I qualified on mediums, but then I thought
I saw it.
it's too much. Cause where did you start? You started way back to.
Yeah, 12.
What
Wow.
I tried on mediums, and then first lap I got it was a shitty lap, and the second lap I got a corner cut.
Well,
That's really impressive. 12 to second.
Well, my question to Jesper is about your teammate. Kabeflis, I mean. Why he stayed on hard?
Yeah, I have no clue. I mean, yeah, you could go for the gamble, but at one time it was raining really hard.
Hello, Mikulici.
Oh yeah, that was really funny. I lost
Yeah,
about.
he spun
I
in
think-
in turn 9.
Oh. I thought I lost maybe 4 seconds staying behind him. Was it because I came behind him in the chicane, and I was just so much faster, but I couldn't overtake until the straight.
So, Mikulici, a question to you about the penalties. If you can describe them.
Sorry, did you ask me?
Well, you got some penalties as do you call it warnings?
Well, there was one. I cannot say. I had 3 warnings, and the last one was a bit questionable, but I have to look it again. But about the race, I feel like I could have actually won this race, but all went because of Will 2 spinning his car, or he got taken out and his car spun, and I had to go to gravel and lost like 6-7 seconds because of that only. And then I had to do.
Good pace.
And then I had to do all the work, and I had to do really good pace. I don't know
So,
what was with my race pace, but
may I
really good
say,
pace.
may I say everyone did a mistake today?
What's that?
May I say that everyone did a mistake today? Like everyone did a spin or error or something?
I don't think so.
I don't know what happened at the front with Luke and Jordan, because they were just. I was expecting them to go for the 2 stop. I didn't actually think about that the stop too hard.
And they did 2
Yeah,
stops.
Yeah, me too.
The game doesn't
try to
actually
stop.
allow you to select the tire strategy like this.
Yeah, so it's the same thing as in France.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Like when I came out of my pit stop, I was like, okay, now I just have to stay in first. And then I saw that Jordy was on the harsh, and I was like, what? What is this?
Yeah, I didn't see their tires at all, so I was thinking the whole race pretty much until I looked at race director like at lap 19, 20, that they were on hards. Then I was panicking at that moment.
So, four
I
races
only
to go.
knew this. I only knew the strategy because yesterday they also did it in F2. I think. And that's that was also the winning strategy.
I should look more into F2.
Okay. I'm now calculating the points for the top 4. And it means that Jordi still leads the standings, but 2 points behind Jordi is Jesper, and 2 points behind Jesper there is Luke.
That's close.
Nice gaps.
Okay.
Oh, if
A
Monaco
great
didn't happen.
advertisement on the every F1 group ever is coming for the Brazilian Grand Prix at the end of the season. Because
But Nicolussi had a great overtake on Jordi at the end.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I actually have to look at that again. Jordi broke. I felt like everybody broke a bit too early to the hairpin, so I could always break a bit later. Then I saw Jordi broke really early. Then I went for it. Then I'm not sure like what happened there. Did I go wide or did Jordi turn? It was wheel to wheel. That's the only thing what I know.
It looked clean from my point of view.
Yeah, I thought it, but then after we touched wheel to wheel, I felt like I went a bit wide. I don't know what really happened after that concept. But yeah, I was happy with my move, to be honest.
okay, what I can say, I told you about the driver standings, but it's not finished yet, as we have also constructor standings.
Where did Luma finish?
Loma finished P5.
5.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, the McLaren spun at the end.
Yeah, Gabi.
I really want to see what happened because it was just nothing happened for me. I only had to overtake Jordi and
Yeah, I had to.
there was nothing more.
I pretty much had to overtake half of the field just because of that lap one. I was pretty
Gabi
much
spun
last.
like one just in front of me. It looked quite funny because the wheels were going really slowly.
Okay, Gabefis did 2 points. I forgot to add him into the standing in F1, but okay. Not this one. I mean, what do I mean? Okay. So, what I can
I was thinking
say...
maybe I should have gone to the wets because it was really hard raining.
No, I think it was intermediate. You wouldn't have gained by going to the wets. I mean, yes, it would have been faster at the last lap, but you wouldn't have gained that time.
Yeah, okay.
So, Gabefis
You did the right
points.
thing by saying.
Let me calculate everything. So,
The overtake is not on the stream, Miguelity. Just switched
So,
off.
What did you
25
say?
plus...
Jesper? Didn't hear them.
Your overtake on the last lap is not recorded on the stream. Wojtinho just switched it.
Well, I did it...
Have the POV.
Well, I did it like where you were going wheel to wheel.
Yeah.
But okay, what I can say about the top 5 is that... Let me see...
Sainz got the
just-
podium, by the way, if you
just-
didn't see.
Williams steals the lead of the standings of constructors ahead of McLaren, Mercedes, Alfa and Ferrari. So, what I can say, at the end of the race, the end of the conference, the end of the broadcast. So, thank you for watching this. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed that. And see you next week in Italy. 4 races to go. Bye.